Up, DJ Darren here, RV Life. A little update. Almost done with the shiplap in the bedroom. Probably the only shiplap I'm doing. I'm probably going to do cedar liner in my little closet I got, but this is the only major stuff. This is almost done. So this is my little setup outside. It's been real successful. You know, I don't use any horses or nothing. This is a little piece I made inside the RV that I ended up not needing. And I changed my design, so I've just been using the cut and then like a Home Depot little tote, you know, a little storage tote, and just been making my cuts out here, doing my measures, and then I'm using this right here, this little guy. I'm learning this. It's the first time I ever used this, but so you can make a little your mark right there, and then you do straight line, because I was having issues doing straight lines and stuff to know what the mark would be here. So this has been really helpful. You just measure it out and then make your little mark right there, and then you know, make your line. Bam, and there's your cut line. And I need to learn how to use it to do some angle stuff too, because in the back of my RV it's been at an angle, so the back will actually be like that a little bit, and then the other side it's been like that. But I pretty much can eyeball that angle now, but I need to learn how to use this. This is a little $3 or something, Harbor Freight or something. So it's been nice, just the one simple thing. I need to learn how to use it though. So, but I heard it's awesome, and it is. So, and then we got my little Harbor Freight Drill Master. I think I paid $30. I have cut so much stuff with that thing. $30, Harbor Freight. I need to get sponsored by Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, shout out. Email me, let me know. And then I got this little Brad gun, staple gun too. I've been using in here, bringing it inside. I'm almost done. So there we go. I gotta finish this wall right now, and a little behind the mirror right there. So I'm gonna shiplap this area. Pretty easy, straight cuts, all the same length. So I'm gonna breeze through that and get that done, get this done. But here's the shiplap so far that I did, and it was, you know, learning. I'm learning as I go, and my mom helped me with the start of it. We had some fun, and a couple mistakes, nothing big or major. All this right here, I decided that I'm just going to I'm going to cut with a jigsaw short blade. So jigsaw short blade, I'll cut these little corners down, and then what I'm doing is getting the surfaces of my shiplap even with this surface right here. So this is the window. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's can't see it too well. Let me see here. There you go. There's the flat surface, and what I'm doing is making it flat with the wood, and I'm going to sand this wood more even, and then I'm going to put a strip right here, like a 2-inch wood strip that's going to come up, and then I'm going to soak it in water. So I'm going to make all these bends. I'm going to try and use one stick that'll go all the way around, you know, it'll hide all this gap right here, and it'll just be one nice thin piece, you know, whatever width that is, and just go all the way there and be a nice little ledge. So I'll be cutting out most of this bottom board right here will be cut, you know, come across. I think the line's right there or so. So that's the deal on that. And there will be a wall here, so I got that all approximate. And then on the edges here, I'm going to be running the little border, you know, just the little being, you know, border edge. So I'll have to choose the style, but probably round, probably a little round edge, and do on that and that. And then the top is going to have a piece like that, and behind it is going to be my LED light strip on the entire top here. I'm going to have a hidden LED light strip, so it just hits the ceiling and you see it. So all that will be hidden. You won't see these staples, they'll all be hidden. And then there we go. So I got one more beam at the bottom I got to do on this piece, and then we got to get all that done right there. And that shiplap was pretty easy. Using the liquid nails, as you saw on the picture, running making like a T or an I pattern, you know, running it across, and then all the way across, and then doing it in the shape of an eye. And then I'm using the liquid nails, pretty cheap. This is like $2 Home Depot. So I'm putting that on each board, and then I smush it against the wall and then slide it up a little bit. So I like to smush it a 1/2 inch to 1 inch and smush, slide it up, tap it up with the rubber mallet if I need to a little bit, you know. A little bit, be careful that you don't damage it, but tap it up. Mainly just pushing that up and then using holding it and using the staple gun and stapling it. So this is my little staple gun. It was $25 at Harbor Freight, or 26, 27, and plus 20% off. So I paid like 22, 23. It's a steal. Man, this is my new favorite tool in the world. I need to go find a job centered around where I get to do this all day, because that is so fun using the staple gun. And they got some new nails too. So there's 18 gauge brad nails. These are 1.5 inches. I was using 1.25 inches, but they didn't have any of those, so I use 1.5 inches right now. And I got some loaded up already, but this thing's great. And I've been running it off my little Harbor Freight air compressor too, which I got for about $40. No, I am not sponsored by Harbor Freight, but yes, Harbor Freight, give me a shout out. I need that sponsor money. And so it's a very cheap setup. Do a lot of work, you know. In the future, when I do more heavy duty setup or solar on roofs and whatnot, and I need a real nail gun, I'll buy a nail gun, and man, they're just, you put some things together real quick. So that's that, you know. I gotta trim my windows, but that's later on. But we gotta get this wall up right now. Let's get this wall up and let's get done shiplap, at least to get done putting it all up, and then I'll do my exact trims later on. But I got lots of other stuff to do. I gotta get to that roof. I had to take a break and do this and get back up and finish that roof, the curved roof I'm putting on my RV. So check that out. Check out the videos on that too as well. Alright you guys, DJ Darren, RV Life, I'm out. Alright you guys, what up? I decided to do a little video. All I got is my camera set up here in the corner of my RV, but I wanted to show you guys the shiplap process. I can't even tell if you guys can see me. I guess you can, okay. I'm going to show you the shiplap process anyway that I'm doing. And this will be like a tiny wall, but you can do this on any wall. This will be a simple wall. It's a straight, but like all walls, the width may change a little bit. This stick is a little bit like 1/8 to this way, so my width is a little bit different, but I accounted for that. So what we're doing here is we got the Home Depot. This is called engineered click. It's called engineered click, or I don't know. It like clicks in. Maybe it doesn't click in, but it's different than different shiplap because it's got the one edge would be the fork and the other is the groove. So it's pretty nice. It locks in. It locks in nice. The other shiplap is just like it kind of lines up like that. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, I like it. I like how this stuff is, and I don't even know what type of wood this is. It didn't even say. So we got shiplap going. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're starting with the first piece right here. I like to make my top piece the nice piece. So I really like this piece because the knot real beautiful. So this stuff you're gonna be going the fork side up. And you're going to get, this is called the tongue, I guess, and that's the fork side. So I'm going to put that up. I already know it's level. You want to make sure, if you're going to be coming down over a window, you want to make sure that your shiplap is level to the window, you know, so it looks right. But this is a straight wall. It's all this is level already. So we're just going to go straight down. I already cut all my pieces. Now my measurements were 36 and a half, and then a little bit more, and then it reduces down to like 36 and a half, maybe a tiny bit less. So we're going to do 8 boards right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boards to complete that. I don't know if I'm going below that or not. We'll see. Probably in this section. No, this will be my bathroom sink and all that. So here we go. We want our first board up. We got good clearance here. Now remember, I'm going to be running quarter round to cover all this up. It'll look all beautiful and perfect. So it's okay if you're off a little bit. The quarter round is going to cover up a good amount. But just make sure you're pretty much on. You want to be accurate. You can always cut too much, but if you cut too less, then that's a wasted board. So there's a little lesson there. Measure twice, cut once. So here we go. Let's put this first one up. It looks good. I put it. Oh, first step I forgot to tell you guys. You want to make sure your wall's flat. Now I already went to put all this stuff. I had to put screws in there. It didn't. It doesn't go through this RV wall. It just strips out. It won't pull again. So I glued it. The screws kept it in there, but they're sticking out. They're sticking out everywhere. So I had to pull them all out. And so what I want to do is where I had them at is raised up. I can feel that it comes out. So what I'm going to do is use my scraper and just come up here. You want to just feel the wall and make sure you got nothing sticking out, because that's going to push the board out and it's going to make things uneven and the board won't glue down right. Now most people, I guess, don't glue their shiplap down on the wall. You can just put it up and use a staple gun and it should stay up, but it can warp over time, and I just don't like that. If you're going to have it up there, why not just keep it down on there? So I run, as I'll show you, and I'll show you again, I run the bead of just using this liquid nails, with the caulking gun, and run a strip and smush and slide up. You'll see, it's so fun, so fun. Staple gun, funnest thing I've ever used. I can't wait to do bigger projects and get to use a real heavy-duty nail gun. That's gonna be fun. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going through here, getting this stuff out like this. This scraper is the best 20 bucks I ever spent. All right, I got a screw down here. Go ahead and remove that, because I'm going to take it all the way down here. Move the screw. Okay. Now we're just going to feel here. Be careful. Now I'm doing this barehanded, but I'm experienced, so I'm not going to get splinters. But if you do this barehanded, you might get a splinter pretty easy. And splinters are no good in the middle of a project. So I would suggest use gloves. Sometimes I use the rubber gloves I use for work as a mechanic. But I've been liking doing the shiplap barehanded. Usually I'm totally all about gloves, but I don't know. This time I just wanted to barehand put my shiplap up. It's so beautiful. I just love it. Barehanded it is. Okay, so I got a couple screws still in here, but they're flush. So they're fine. I'm going to leave them in there, but it doesn't really matter. These whole panels are completely adhesive adhered. They're not going anywhere. So we're looking good. Oh, we got a little one at the bottom here. Let's take this one out. So I guess I am going to take the shiplap all the way down to here. We'll probably stop right here because I'm going to make a counter right here. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Alright. And to make it interesting, you guys, I am running power through my RV here and whatnot. These are live 120 volt wires, so I would not suggest that. I'm very comfortable with electricity and working on electricity, so I would not suggest that. I would suggest that you run power from outside and not through your RV, but if you have to, you could take this off or cap this off, but I'm going to be working around live 120 volt wire. I would not suggest you do that, but I need the I need the power from the RV because I got so much stuff plugged in here. Okay. Making it exciting. Alright, so our wall seems pretty flat here. Oh, we got something right there. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, there. It's okay if a little piece. I'm using this OSB. It's called OSB board. I love this stuff. Other people don't like it or complain about it. If it's glued down to something, it's not going to warp or anything. But this stuff is not good for like outside, where weather's going to hit it a lot. If you got to seal this up, because this will warp and get all crazy. So, but this is all inside, glued on the wall, and it's going to be all good. So it's perfect for my use here. And it's got this foil. What I did learn in the process is that you want to do the foil side out, and you want to glue this side to the wall. This stuff does not like to glue to the wall, and I just don't like it. It's just going to glue to the foil, and it can pull off the foil. So, you know, I learned over this that the wood side you glue to your RV wall, and then do your screws and let it dry for a few days, and then come back and remove your screws so you can put your wood or shiplap, whatever you're doing, over it. But live and learn, live and learn. It's all about doing it, the process, and making mistakes and whatnot, and then it's okay. It's part of the process. Okay. Another screw I didn't even see. That one's fine. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to have to change the tool here. Let's see. I'll break out the tool so I can do this. Just going to change my adapter here. There we go. Alright, here we go. Let's get this last one out. I believe that's the last one. Man, this. Okay. Could have done this before this little video, but this is part of the process, and if you don't do this part, you are going to be sad when all your stuff is warped. So I'm showing you the entire process you would do. I'm taking this one out too. Okay. I believe we're good to go. Let's see here. Okay, I believe we're good to go. Let's get shiplapping. Our surface is prepared. We're ready to go. It's flat as it can be. Let's start with our top piece. We've already checked it as we saw before. We checked it. It's looking good. Okay. Now the fun part. I already cut out my other pieces. I found that it's a much faster process if you kind of measure ahead, cut your pieces. Now if you have to stop, come in and check and measure each piece, you got to do it. But do all your pieces, cut all your pieces first, and then come in and do the glue and the nail. And that's the best way to do it. So here we go. We'll take our piece, we're going to put it upside down. Now I'm gluing all the way across this so I don't have to worry about it. But some of these like have an overhang, so I only glued like an I, like on the letter I, this way and this way. So So watch where you're going to glue. Make sure you glue it. So we know our entire area is getting glued. So here we go. We've got a little bit left over in this one. So let's see what we got here. Oh. So I do at the end like that. I run a bead down the center. And then I do it like that. So that pattern would be an I-beam. An I-beam pattern. So just do like that. Then I put it about an inch or half inch below where I want it. Then I smush it. So half inch down or so, I smush it, and then I smush up. So, and then it gets a nice smear pattern and nice adhesion. And then kind of just go through and hit that. Sometimes these will just hold themselves with the way the glue is. Grab your staple gun real quick, okay? Alright, my favorite part. Now I got my 18 gauge nails loaded right here. 18 gauge nails. I just learned how to use this thing, man, a couple days ago, so having fun. Learning. So here we go. You want to make sure your shiplap is up, ready to go, where you want it. Now I'm going to do the center first. Both sides are touching, so that's good. I'm going to just do one center hit first. Push in, up. You know what? It does help to go turn your air compressor on. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, smoke them if you got them. Smoke them if you got them. Alright, got our air going. Let's go. Okay, center go. Boom, there we go. And that'll hold it up for a second. And then I like to go from the center out. Center out. And then especially if a board's warped. So if you got a board that's kind of coming out like this, you know, fishtailing like that or fishtailing like that, go from the center out and then push and push. Now, if you got a gap like that, you want to push on it and then do the staple gun too. You don't rely on just a staple gun. It's only going to staple where it's at. It's not going to push the board in. So the board has to be pushed in where you want it, and then you do the staple or the nail, which I'm doing nails. So. Okay, so we're good. The board's flat against the wall, we're good. I don't have to push on it, so I just make sure that it's up, and it's perfect. I don't have to touch anything at this point. I'm just going to go about every 2 inches is what I do. I was doing wider, now I'm doing closer gaps now. Okay. Do right in the crack. Now this lines up right in the crack of this. It's perfect. Just go right in the crack, 45-degree angle, and it just goes, and you won't see it when the next piece goes on. It's hidden. Okay. And at the end, I like to do 2 of them. Okay, so there I did one side. Now I'll go from the middle out on this side. Go through the knot, you'll break the knot, and you might lose some wood. Okay. And at the ends here, because they'll be hidden, I like to do a little 5 count. So I hit the middle, and then I hit the ends, and then in between. Boom, boom. 5 at the end. 4. Easy. It's the funnest thing you ever do in your life, I swear. Oh my gosh. I need to be staple and nail gun job because it's so fun. So fun. Now that is so on there, so solid. Check it out. That is great. That's our starting piece. Looks beautiful. It perfectly flat. Great. Okay, there we go. That's our start. First piece up. The rest is going to be a breeze now. And I want to grab, let's see here. What do we got? Maybe some long. Now when I got my boards laid out here, I'm going to change my pattern up a little bit. So I might go to this. You can kind of put it up there and see. That might be interesting, or might be too much contrast. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what else. Choice. So we maybe go for a little planer of a board. Sometimes the patterns will melt together a little bit. I like that one. A little bit less dramatic. And then we'll probably go to the darker board. So let's put this in. Sometimes got the little tags on the end of this. These are little staples. You can pull them out with your fingers. So there we go. Make sure you get those off of there. Those to the side. Okay, same deal. So we got our second board. Looks great. Okay, fits great. Let's lay it down for the glue. Real easy. I swear, my two favorite things, using the caulking gun and the staple gun, nail gun, oh my gosh, so fun. Here we go. Oh, and we're out. So we go ahead and we push that lever in, pull back like that, take that out. I'm going to throw this out into my scrap pile. Grab another one. Lock it in. And then on these, you have to not only cut the end off, so cut the end off. I like to cut a good amount so I get a good thick bead. And then you have to actually stab a hole in the middle here. So what I use is like a real thin Phillips head screwdriver. Let's see here. Or you can use a drill bit. Let's see. Here's like a long screw or whatever. You can use something like that. But you gotta. Oh, you know what? I didn't want to leave the camera again, so I'll just show you how you can do it with a bolt like this. But I've got a long, skinny Phillips head screwdriver that I was just using and dipping in there and wiping it off. But here you go. Just use a bolt, throw it in there, pop the foil. There's foil right there. Now it's open and ready to use. You have to pop each one of these to start using it. I'll put this to the side. Okay, now start cranking our adhesive. Here we go. And you want to make sure you're on the right side too, so get a good system down. We're checking each board. Good process. Okay, I click it to stop the glue from going. Looking good. Shoot, I like the back of this better than the front of this. Alright, so ½ inch down or inch down. We push, smush, push, smush, and slide. That's going to be my new mantra in this whole video. Push, smush, and slide. So nice. This is so nice. This is the easiest of all the other shiplap I had to do up here. They just sit up there. Sometimes it helps to get an assistant on the long ones, you know, and get another person to hold up the other side, and because sometimes they're off a little bit, so they bend or they're warped. So it's good to have an assistant on the longer ones. This stuff's real easy. Like this could be a closet, whatever, a little side by your doorway, whatever. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to put a stay on this when I'm done. So there we go. So it's all smashed up. Yep. All right. Staple gun. Hit the middle. There we go. middle out. And then I'll go ahead and hit the end of this. And then the other direction. Whoops, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Uh-oh. Oh, that one had a little hard time because if you hit a knot, if you don't know, knots are hard wood, so most things don't go through that. They'll just bust, it'll explode. So so I'll tap that in, or I'll pull that out. I'll do one to the side of that. Probably pull that one out instead of hammering because I don't want to hit the wood. So, but you could get a little something to tap, or a bolt, and then hit the bolt, and then just hit that little back sucker in there. But I'm going to pull it out, and I'm just going to go right to the side of that. Perfect. Now I'm pushing in on the board too as well. Just natural habit. I'm pushing against the wood and then hitting that. Pushing pretty good too, man. Not playing around. Okay, here we go. Got that in. We need to take this thing out, or let's see. Let me grab some pliers real quick. We're gonna take that out. Okay. You can just take some snips too, like this, and then pull it out. So you roll it. Roll up. That just broke. That's fine. I'm actually just going to cut it then, because it's probably so deep in there it won't come out. So I just break it off there. Man, this thing is annoying. And so I broke up as much as I could. See, this will show you, this is some of the things that can happen. So I'm just going to take this little guy. I'm going to tap it in a little bit. No problem. Now it's flush with the other wood, and we'll continue. Here we go. Let's see what we got. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, we got all our sides. Let's go ahead and get our next piece up. That was good. Woo! And so we were thinking about doing this one, the darker one. Nice. So let's. Alright, fits good. Okay. Let's get some glue on it. You can see if you have two people, this is going to be a super fast process. If you pre-order, like some of these I do in order, like usually I'll do it in order of the color that I want. So they'll be the length, then the color I want, and then put them out. So you can have them all ready to go in the color that the order that you want. And someone could be there doing the caulking gun, all that. So then the next part, and then you can just someone can hand you the board, put it up and staple it, and then hand me another board. So that could be real fast with two people. But if you only got one person, that's what you got, and that's how we do it. So look at that, beautiful, beautiful, man. All right, so that piece we checked it, it's good. So let's put the glue on it. Okay. All right, push, smush, and slide. That's my new motto. Push, smush, and slide. Now this, I'll just show you how we do this a little bit. I'm going to tap just a tiny bit. Just tap a little bit. Be careful, this little thing is fragile. Just tap a little bit. Use a rubber mount up. Okay, so we got a little bit of warping on this one. So I'll show you how we're going to do this. We've got a little edge there, warpage. So what I'm going to do is probably tack this side down, and then I will push the other side up as I staple. So we're going to start with one side. So we got one side up here. Smash that up. Okay. Staple it. Push it, push, and staple. And then I'm going to do the end of this. Secure it. Well, wait. No. Because this angle's going to change. So we'll keep going out here. I'm going to push a little bit as I go here. And let's try and decrease the arch on this. You can also get like a wood brace that'll push against this too. But otherwise, you just got to get over here, push up on that. Maybe it helps to get the shirt. So put your hand there to push. Okay. So I'll push up on the end here. So I'm right about in the middle here. It helps though if I just push the end up. What I'm going to do is push the end up like this. Oh, it's much tougher. One person, but you can do it. Okay, I'm pushing about 100 pounds right now. Okay, there we go. And now I'll push up a little bit with the gun. Okay, having some issues right now. These staples are not going all the way in. I'm using 1.5 inches. I don't know what happened here. I'm gonna have to pull some out, or tap. I'm gonna have to tap these in individually. Let's see it. So I'm gonna do a check on my staple gun. Run it through this little sucker here. Oh yeah, we got a jammer. Maybe something. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Okay, looking good. Yeah, these last ones didn't go in good, so I'm gonna get something to hammer those things, or I'll just show you how I do it with a bolt. I'm gonna take the same bolt that I popped the tube with. I'm going to go through, and I want to take the end and wipe this off. I got stuff all over it. So make sure it's clean. Now I'm just going to hit the end of these. I don't know what's going on. It must be super difficult behind this board or hardwood or something. Watch my next row. Make sure these go in right. Because this is a pain to have to stop and do this. But this is what you do. Oh, okay. There we go. Like my video stopped. So basically we brought the shiplap down here. Ran out of pieces. I got to cut some more pieces for this bottom part. Sorry for the vertical video, but in this video I wanted you guys to see from the floor to the ceiling. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these pieces, and at the end of this shiplap video I'll show you how to do the piece that goes in the bottom. See, as you see, we don't have enough space for a full board, so we have to cut it, and so it's going to look like over here like that, and there's a small gap, and I'll show you how to cut it. so you can just get finger gap. I can't get my finger in there. It's a nice gap, and then quarter round will fill that up or whatever. But this is actually, the bed's covering all this, but this is all going to be visible when my elevator bed comes up. And this is actually a hidden love seat, or just a, a small couch. So I do want all that to look good, but if you have hidden spots, you don't have to worry about it. But I'm making as small gap as possible, and I'll show you guys how to get those pieces up there. Oh, spoiler alert, I use a long flathead, and then I pry it and push it up. But yeah, that's what I'll do at the end of that video, and I'll show you guys the results of this shiplap right here, and then this side, and then on how to do that, and then that'll be the end of that shiplap video. Alright guys, I can't believe it. I had about 10 more minutes of video, but it's alright. You guys see the process, what we did and how it goes, and then just bring it all the way down, and then I will show you how to do the end piece when you don't have enough room for a full board. Alright, peace. DJ Darren, RV Life. Alright, all the way down with this wall here. This I'm just going to do a board because the entire thing's almost going to be a mirror. So I'm doing one finished wood board. Back to be all nice. And then I'll have my bathroom stuff there. But there we go, all the way down the ground. And my toilet there. I'm going to be building like a little thing right there to bring this hose through and some plumbing. But so that's all done there. But here we are at the end piece right here. I cut it short like those. I cut it short so I have a little gap, and I kind of squished it in there. And now I'm gonna squish it in there, and then when it's in there, I'm gonna take a flathead and just pop it up like that. I can't really show you like this with the camera, but I'll just kind of see if I can do this. So take that, and then see how that popped up. I'm popping all this up. There we go. One hand, here we go. Popping this up. All this whole beam just went up. But I'm also pulling it out a little bit. I don't want to do that. I want it to go up and not go out. So I could go like that a little bit. This is all going to be invisible right here, this bottom part anyway. So you see I did that with two hands. You did a little better. And then I'm gonna pull up like that, and then I'm gonna use the other hand. I'm gonna staple, and be using this arm to push up on it as I staple in, and push in too, push in as well, and then push in with the staple gun, because this will be prying up a little bit. So I'll pry as I go. I'll staple gun, I'll staple gun, pry it, staple gun, pry it all the way to the bottom there. All right, you guys, that's how you do that. Happy shiplapping. Happy New Year. Let's do this.